How would you then manage this teacher-student relationship, in today's context? Because you definitely have teachers in your life, right? Whether it's your current mentor or whoever that you're working, your manager, they are your teachers, right? So how would you then manage this relationship with them?
So my mantra is I treat everyone who is a teacher to me with respect. And that comes from just because you're a teacher. You're in that position to teach me something, so I give you the respect. But I can lose that respect for you. And the more you try to command that respect in situations where I don't think what you did was very respectful, the more it makes me lose even more respect for you. And that's where I then either walk away entirely, or if I can't walk away, then I just keep the relationship or the teacher-student relationship to the bare minimum. Yeah, I'll give an example. So when you first get recruited into an organization, for instance, your direct supervisor will have a lot of things to teach you. They're your direct teachers, right? But there may be some things that are handled differently. For instance, if you screw up, you make a mistake, how your direct manager manages that mistake with you plays a part. Because if he or she only takes the perspective and always takes the sides of the organization and never thinks about you, even when you're right and the organization is wrong, then that's where I'll start to really lose respect. But if on the other hand, the manager is one whereby she can understand that both parties are right, it's just different opinion, different approach, doesn't have to take a side. I mean, I don't expect you to take my side all the time, but at least have that space to acknowledge it. I think that's healthy. But I've seen a lot of situations where the teachers don't take the sides of the one below them, the student, because I'm the teacher. You don't walk into a CEO's room like that, do you? I'm like, today's era, you go into the CEO room and tell him, right? A lot of CEOs have open door policy. But if the teachers, whether it's your direct manager or the CEO himself or whoever it is, has that policy whereby you have to respect me no matter what. Yeah, it's not about earning. You have to give it. And I am always right 100%. Even when I am wrong, I will never admit it. I think that's where it's very disrespectful.
So you will leave the organization?
If I can.
Okay.
Yeah, but I think I understand that in some situations you can't.
I know.
Right? So people might be stuck in a situation whereby your teacher, your direct mentor, your CEO even is wrong and you're in the right. But if you need that money to pay the bills,
I get
you
it.
just have to tahan.
Then you quiet quitting.
Yeah, quiet quitting, correct. Or you do the bare minimum to survive until a better opportunity and a better culture comes along.
Interesting. So how would you manage your relationship with your teachers?
With my teachers, right? I mean, if I pay them, then obviously I would listen, right? Because I already paid money. I feel that I would separate their expertise from their life. Because none of us are perfect human beings. And anyway, most of the time, if I'm learning from someone, I'm usually learning because of a school of knowledge, right? Like marketing or how to do a podcast. But if I'm learning from a mentor about how to run a business, for example, then obviously I'm going to look at, is he successful in running business? Is he good at continuing creating success? So his results would be the basis of my respect for the person. Now, if I'm working with a coach, for example, again, same thing. Coach, of course, it's very easy. It's easier for me to respect a coach if the coach is living a perfect life too, right? But I feel that the way I would judge a coach is good or not good is if he can solve my problems. Yeah, it's just that if he lives the values and the proper life, it just adds more credibility to that person. Yeah, that's a reason why people say that you can learn from anyone, because even a spoiled clock is right twice a day.
Yeah.
So that's my take. I will learn from everyone, but I will be discerning, and I will respect the person if the person has the expertise.